Hi Gemini, and welcome to the fifth dimension. I'm going to do a general reading for the sign of Gemini, and it is my desire to bring forth a person who was significant in your life who is past that stands beside you here on earth as an extra level of love and protection. This is different than a guardian angel. A guardian angel is assigned to you at birth. The person that stands beside you is someone who is significant in your life and who is requested in heaven to be one of your guides. And so it is really fun to know and brings a lot of light to the loss that you suffer and that you feel in your life right now. And I do this to hopefully bring some sunshine and some light to some dark situations in life. So please hit subscribe. That way, Gemini, if this doesn't resonate, you can be aware of any future videos, notified of any future videos, or look at the past videos and maybe I have brought forth your person in one of those videos. Or in the future, you can pray and meditate lying in bed about 30 minutes before bed and send this person to me, and I will definitely bring them forward. So I appreciate your love and support here today, and thank you for your time. I take about 30 minutes to pray and meditate over the cards and shuffle them and let the cards that your loved one wants you to see fall to the ground. I only take them if they fall. That's just kind of the system that the divine and I have set up, and it works fairly well. So sit back, and I hope this resonates and brings a smile to your face. So, all right, Gemini, we have a male coming through that has passed. He has a very significant story. Um, when he was 9 years old, he lost both his parents. I'm not sure if it was at the same time or if it was shortly around the same time. Um, there was a gambling issue in the family, possibly his father, and there was something that came up regarding that. And I don't know how his father died, but I believe his father died first, and then his mother died. Uh, so that's pretty significant. I mean, to have someone lose both parents at the age of 9 is very significant. You'd be well aware of the story or his story. But someone did take him in. Um, a large man took him in. This was a single man, so I don't know if he was homosexual or heterosexual, but I don't see that a man and woman took him in. I see that a male took him in. Gave him a place to live, a nice home, was there with him during the holidays and things like that. So it brought him a lot of happiness, and it took an unstable home situation that he was experiencing, and this man gave him a stable home situation. So it ended up being a beautiful thing for him at the end of the day. I believe that he might have moved out from this man that took him in around the age of 20, possibly. And he kind of just set out to find himself. You know, he had been through a lot, and even though this new man that had entered his life had brought him stability and things like that, he still felt ungrounded. He still felt like there was more for him to see, more for him to know. So he, headed out and he searched for the next big adventure or what was out there in the world. I mean, most of his young life was spent with grief or feeling grief and trying to find a home and the things that we all take for granted. So I really feel I feel distraught from him during this time for sure. But after this man kind of rescued him, he set out to find his own love and find his own journey and experience life. And he did do that. He found himself a wife. In fact, when he passed, she was still alive. Um, they did get married, and let's see here, not too long after they got married, approximately 3 years after they got married, possibly, or maybe even 30. I mean, I'm seeing a three, but if it could represent 3 years, 30 years, 13 years. So something with a 3 is significant with his marriage. But she received a call that he was found in the living room of their home and that he had collapsed. And so that was his demise. But he was significant to you. And obviously, you were significant to him because he is coming forward as wanting to spend um, time with you here on earth, even though he resides in the heavenly plane. He stands beside you here on the earthly plane. And he would love for you to know that he is there for you. And I know that you also would feel some relief in your grief and your loss to know that he was beside you. Um, so I pulled some characteristics. I pulled an eye color. I pulled an occupational energy. I pulled a personality energy. I pulled his letters that may be representative of him, numbers that may be representative of him or that are. And this will help you confirm that this is in fact your loved one that stands beside you here on earth. So let me go ahead and get to his specific characteristics. I shuffle around a bowl of marbles that have every color of eyes, that we could possibly have. And I got a green hue to his eyes. So his eyes might have been hazel with a lot of green in them. I have a granddaughter who has true, like, army green eyes. So I do know that green eyes do exist, and it appears that his eyes were significantly green. This would be something you would know and would remember. This is a very distinct color. I never pull this color. So he must have surely had green eyes, beautiful green eyes. Um, when he worked, he might have worked for like UPS or FedEx or Amazon or something like that. He worked for some kind of a transportational a carrier delivery service. I don't really get the U.S. mail. It seems to be more of like FedEx. I get UPS strongly. I see brown. Um, so if he made his career working for them or he worked for them significant enough to have a retirement, but that is the occupational energy that I'm getting for him. I also have that he was cremated, so he had an urn, and this urn is kind of a different shape or a unique shape. It might have been something you picked up for him or his wife that he left behind, or you may be his wife. But I have that he was cremated and that he was placed in an urn and buried that way. Um, I also have that red was a significant color to him. And I think it was a baseball team that he supported that's coming through here. Um, so I guess, gosh, the Cubs have red in them. The Atlanta has red in their uniforms, I believe. Boston Red Sox. I mean, so many teams. But you see that he was a baseball fan and that he, or a football fan. Okay, this is more of a football field shape. Possibly a football team with red in it. But anyways, his energy was, he was extremely logical and detail oriented. He was extremely organized. He loved policies and procedures. He loved data. So, I think that that's exactly what UPS has a lot of, lots of numbers. They're very organized. So he was fine with that structure and order. That actually made him very happy. He wasn't a big fan of surprises, so this was not someone that you could throw a surprise party for, probably. But he was extremely dependable and very responsible, and I can see why he was important to you. I see that he has dark hair and possibly if he might not have had a Spanish accent, but he had darker skin, like a Spanish person, and dark hair. So he might have had parents that were from a different country outside of the United States, but he was raised here in the United States, so he had kind of a darker skin coloring. I don't get African American. I just kind of get just a darker skin pigment. I mean, which, gosh, that could be Hawaiian, Filipino, um, India, um, Spanish, like I already mentioned. So I do get that. And I pulled some letters that are significant of him. I made up cards from A to Z, and I shuffle them and pray and meditate and ask for Gemini's person, their significant loved one who wants to come forward, to please control the cards that come out so that you can verify that this is in fact the person in your life. Now, also, do not force things to fit, but you also must think outside the box. So I'm going to try to hold them all up, which is usually a feat all in and of itself. I've got P, S, L, R, N, and M. So these would be representative, I wish I could hold this neater, of first, middle, or last name, initials. This could be a W or an M. So don't force it to fit, but think outside the box. P, S, L, R, N, W. So these would be his first, middle, last name. I see P, L, N, R. That could be planner. Let's see here. Trying to see if there was anything else I saw that represented anything significant. Mrs. So he may have been focused on the fact that he left his wife without him to be here by her side. And so this, I might be resonating with his wife. The Gemini that I'm reading for right now might be his wife. So he was proud to have you. If this is his wife listening, you're extremely important to him. You came up 3 cards out of 6 cards. So this man really loved his wife. And if you are her, you're a very lucky lady. Did you, if I am speaking to the wife, or maybe I'm speaking to his child, and you may know this, you may not know this, did he have a pregnancy that was a miscarriage? Did he get his wife pregnant and it was they lost one child and they possibly had one child? Also, I know this to me represents an unborn child for whatever rhyme or reason. So I believe that he had a child that was not living, passed before its birth. So if I pull that one card out, this also could be representative of January, could be his birth month, his death month, the 18th day of January, the 21st day of January, could be 2018. Something significant could have happened at 21. I said that he left home or his new home with this gentleman that took him in at the age of 20. He might have met his wife at the age of 21. Yes, I see it. I actually see a 21 on the board in my cards below me. So something significant about 21. So don't force things to fit, but think outside the box. You'll get the most out of it that way. Also, I asked the divine to allow me to speak on their behalf. So if this wonderful gentleman could say anything to you right now, what would he say to you? And sometimes these can be emotional, but they're all very helpful. All we're trying to do here is to bring some light to your loss. And so we're going to get deep and personal right here. I have 70 some cards that I shuffle, and whatever cards fall to the ground are the cards that I take as their words to you, if they could speak to you. So this might mean something to you. I don't understand it, but you probably do. I have a new understanding. And I actually think I just got told that that has to do with his parents, the loss of his parents. He has a new understanding now why that happened. He probably got greeted by them in heaven. He probably has been told and now understands why that all happened to him and that that was part of his journey. So he no longer feels pain as he has a new understanding of why it all occurred. He also wants you to know, now I have no pain. And I think this is also relating to the loss of his parents when I have him as approximately 9 years old. And then he wants you to know it is not your fault. He passed in the house, so did you maybe run to the store and he passed, and you wished you hadn't left? Just know that that was his time. He did not want to pass possibly in front of you, or this was something that was divinely guided, that this incident was not to happen in front of you. So it is not your fault. His path is his path. We're all assigned our path at birth, and this was his path, and there was nothing you could have done about it. And that how it unfolded was exactly how it was meant to unfold. So do not feel regret or that anything is your fault. So he wants you to know it is not your fault. This is beautiful. I don't get this card to come out as often as some of the other ones. And it says, we have been together in dreams. That's crazy. Because I bet you can cite 2 or 3 dreams that you have had actually in the year 2020 that had him in it. Just know that when he presents himself in your dream, that that is really him. That is not your imagination. You're not conjuring that up. He has taken the time to let you know, hey, I'm with you. I'm alive and I'm well. I just live in heaven and you live on earth. But I am beside you. So I really hope, Gemini, that this has brought you some happiness and some relief in your loss. And if this didn't resonate, please go ahead and refer back. Let me see here. All right. Okay. Go back to the other Gemini readings, and if this did not resonate, listen to them and see if the others do. Like I offered at the beginning, pray and meditate that this person comes through the 5th dimension. I will uh, present this person to you. I will get on and tape. I had a lady that I brought through for Libra. That lady hung around me for like 2 days until I got on here and filmed, and then she walked off. So people that pass, they really make an effort to let you know that they are here. They make an effort to communicate. It is not in your imagination. If you feel like they are trying to communicate with you, if someone has passed and you feel that, know that it is real. It is not in your imagination. And know that if they say we have been together in your dreams, they mean it. So I hope that this brought you some relief and happiness. And God bless you. And thank you so much for your support. Have a good day. Bye bye now.